In July of 1862, after General George McClellan's failed Peninsula Campaign, Congress passed two very important pieces of legislation. The Militia Act of 1862, which gave President Lincoln the authority to employ persons of African descent in any military capacity which he saw fit, and the Second Confiscation Act. In Section 6 of that act, Congress gave the President the authority to seize, to confiscate all property of persons in states in rebellion, which included slaves. On September 22, 1862, 5 days after the Battle of Antietam, President Lincoln issued the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation, in which he warned the states in rebellion that if they did not lay down their arms and return to the Union in the next 100 days, he was going to declare free their slaves on January 1, 1863. In October 1862, Frederick Douglass wrote in his monthly that in order for the Emancipation Proclamation to free any slaves, two conditions had to be met. The first condition was that the states in rebellion still had to be in rebellion as of January 1, 1863. And the second condition was that the rebellion had to be suppressed. On January 1, 1863, that first condition was met, as the states in rebellion had not returned to the Union. And on January 1, 1863, President Lincoln issued the final Emancipation Proclamation as, quote, a fit and necessary war measure for suppressing said rebellion, close quote. President Lincoln made it very clear within his Emancipation Proclamation that that proclamation was a fit and necessary war measure for preserving the Union, for accomplishing the paramount objective of the war. And in that fit and necessary war measure for preserving the Union, President Lincoln declared forever free all persons held as slaves in the 10 states that were at war with the United States for their independence. In the 5 slaveholding states that accepted Abraham Lincoln as president, federal authority, the Emancipation Proclamation did not apply because Congress did not give President Lincoln the authority to seize property and declare free slaves in states that were loyal to the Union, only in states in rebellion, only in states that had to be brought back to the Union by military conquest. Jefferson Davis, the president of the Confederacy, told the Confederate legislature that the Emancipation Proclamation was, quote, an authentic statement by the government of the United States of its inability to subjugate the South by force of arms, close quote. Indeed, General Ulysses S. Grant would say that the Emancipation Proclamation added a powerful ally to the Union war effort. In January 1863, that regional conflict became a war for emancipation, a war for a new birth of freedom, as hundreds of thousands of Southerners, men and women of African descent, would join the Union war effort, seeking that precious gift of liberty. And this nation would march on to victory as one nation.